What's going on, guys? It's Brandon. So we're going to talk a little bit faster in this video. We're not going to play possum so much anymore. Okay? So I don't know what it is, but I got a magic fucking gut. And something in my magic gut told me that if I played possum on the engine cover topic, that it would cause Clayton to come out of his shell and get cocky. And just explain just how, we'll just say, logical he is. So let's begin. Really long story short, because I don't have time. By the end of the conversation today with Clayton, he basically says things like, Brandon, I don't care if you believe in the grand sport. We don't care one iota, blah, 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 blah. Well, just one fucking problem, guys. That's the whole fucking reason why he banned me from the fucking group. So I'm not saying he's going to end up in trial. I'm not saying I'm going to sue him. I'm just saying I think there's pretty good likelihood that once this documentary airs and tells the whole truth and nothing but the truth about me personally messaging, what the fuck's his name? Clayton, that we do have Spring Mountain Pro level drivers who verified to us that not only does the car have EDIF glitches, it's almost killed people. Okay, so once we get past that point, according to these people, according to these Spring Mountain drivers, okay, pro level drivers, could be hearsay, could all be hearsay, right? Could all just be bullshit, could just be a big giant trap for me. But it sounds like it was a pretty legit story. A couple different stories sound pretty legit to me, and I've heard it from several different sources now about the same story. So that's interesting. But anyway, so I have a hard time believing it's a fake story, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll just protect ourselves for now and say it's all hearsay that people almost died in the Corvettes that went through guardrails. I think it's like GM executives even, guys. I mean, it's serious shit that's happened with Spring Mountain people driving. You guys have no fucking clue what all I have. But the point is, I tried to explain this stuff to Clayton. I tried to explain to him, I'm like, look, man, the floodgates have opened. I got a whole bunch of stuff at my disposal. Cars are glitching on me. Cars are glitching on my friends. We're documenting it all. This is like, a couple months back, a month ago. Tell Clayton this. And you'd think, I mean, all I can do is just be empathetic of like, what would I do if I was in that guy's shoes? You'd think he'd like determine this is probably not a good time to ban Brandon. This is probably when Brandon's finally ready to go, which I explained to him. I'm like, we finally have all the ammunition we need, so sit back and watch the fireworks because we're going to put all this together. But instead, why does he ban me? Because I say in a post that was already created, in a comment, after he says, you're not allowed to say that you think that the cars on stage at the Taj and Mark Royce reveal are grand sports because we know they're not. And I said, no, you don't know that they are. And yes, I am allowed to say that because that's what I believe and that's the fucking truth. Banned for 30 days. And not only did he ban Vet Titans, he banned my personal name from the group as well. And I wasn't going to come back in and retaliate. Like, the guy was stupid to not sit back and let me come in on my other name and retaliate. But instead he didn't. I wasn't going to talk anymore. I was good. It's like, you have no clue what you've just done. You super intelligent creature, you. So here's the kicker. Today he's riding, and I don't know how I knew he would do this if I wrote the thing about the intake on the engine. I knew that if I played stupid, he'd come out of the woodwork and start talking, which he did. And sure enough, because my bet, guys, and I've said this over and over and over, the bet is that there's a grand sport coming. And those of you who keep trying to complicate the bet, not interested. And that the zr1 body is yet to be revealed. There's going to be more to the zr1 body than what you've seen so far. I've said this over and over and over and over and over and over and over. People keep trying to get me to change the bets, and they keep trying to snag me on something. So what I keep doing is I keep throwing out little breadcrumbs where I know I'm partially wrong about something, and I throw it out there just to see what people do to try to get people out to bet me money. I mean, I don't think you guys understand how much money this is about to generate me. You guys have no concept. But how many bets there are on the line right now. And I wouldn't be doing that unless I was sure. So let's see here, guys. What are we doing? Then the second thing he does, okay, other than that first thing where he says, I don't care if you believe in a grand sport. It doesn't bother me one iota. Well, then why the fuck would you ban a person from your group if it doesn't matter to you? Why wouldn't you let the person sit there and stand their ground and say, here's what I think. And guys, it was in a very intellectual post. And then what I did was, because the post was created on my personal group, my personal name, then what I did was I went back and edited the post with more anger after he banned me. But the original post, which is still in the edit history, you can see that the original post was very peaceful. It was just an educational post about grand sports and C2s. So neither here nor there. Then the other thing that he says, what was the second thing that he said that was unbelievable? More intelligence. Oh, Brandon, I look forward to seeing your documentary. And by the way, another day he told me that he's proud to be in it and looks forward to being in it and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Not that I needed your consent regardless, because you're a public figure, you're a YouTuber, and you have a group where you talk publicly on Facebook, but neither here nor there. And you're talking on my wall, which is my place. I can tell people what's been said on my wall. So this guy is sitting there trying to be like all noble. He calls it diplomatic. Oh, I don't care, what you do. I don't care. I look forward to the documentary. I don't care if you put me in the documentary. Blah, 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 blah. I look forward to the documentary. Well, then next question. The British voice video. Why is it, Clayton, that you banned the video from your group? He deleted the video from his group, guys. The C8Z06 owners group. So it's like, if the video's wrong, why not leave it up so everybody can laugh at me? But instead he didn't. He deleted it. See, so we're down to either Clayton Smith actually has a stance, and his stance is potentially very stupid. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. His stance is potentially very stupid if it turns out that there's a grand sport and he was wrong, or he's being told to delete my stuff by higher ups who are potentially linked to General Motors, but he doesn't understand that yet. He's just being, oh, the whole crowd is telling me this. No, the whole 10,000, 13,000 people didn't tell you that. There was a few people. Maybe it was 20, maybe it was 50. It's not 13,000. It's not 13,000 people who, and 10,000 plus Z06 owners who care about their lives, when guess who's the only guy who's figuring out that there's glitches with the cars? It's certainly not Clayton Smith. It's certainly not Justin Horsepower Obsessed. It's certainly not Taj telling us about it. It's certainly not Mark Royce telling us about it. It's certainly not Keith Cornett telling us about it. It's certainly not Speed Phenom telling us about it. Oh, there's only one guy talking about it, really, and gathering the evidence, and you're looking at him, and it just so happens that Clayton thought it was a good idea to ban me for 30 days, so I can't talk about it when we were gathering evidence. But that's okay, because we got all the evidence we need, guys. So anyway, if it turns out that General Motors ends up getting sued about e-diff glitches, rest assured, I think there's a good probability that after the public is informed about how this whole event went down, we'll just keep it factual, I'll say, and then I called him names. I'm not going to call him any more names, but there I called him some more names, because I don't think he's very intelligent, guys. And I call him out when I don't think he's very intelligent. So how are you going to explain it to a judge that you sit there, or anybody for that matter, that you don't care if I talk about a grand sport, but you banned me because of it? How are you going to sit there and explain to a judge that you don't care if you're in my documentary, but now you're mad that you're in my documentary? When you say that you don't care, how are you going to explain that? I'm just curious how you think that anybody's going to think that you're a logical creature. How are you going to explain that you don't care if there's a grand sport, and a grand sport comes, you're completely happy with it, when technically that means the Corvette community is probably going to want to sue you for censoring the one guy who actually knows what the fuck he's talking about? I mean, don't get me wrong. Aaron Link knows some stuff. Taj knows some stuff. These guys all know some stuff. But are they telling you guys the truth? No, they're not, are they?